Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino Listener by me. So let's get into it. You had been out on a mission for hours, tasked with gathering information in the harsh, unforgiving landscape of Snezhnaya. The biting cold made it nearly impossible to focus, and the chill gnawed at you from inside out. You trudged through the snow, your breaths coming out in puffs of white steam. Just as you were beginning to think that you couldn't bear it for any longer, a familiar figure appeared from the distance. Arlecchino, your lover, was finally there, just as she had promised to meet you. And her elegant outfit seemed almost impervious to the cold. She approached you with a confident stride, her piercing gaze softening when she saw you shivering, and her eyes conveyed a mix of concern and affection. "Are you trying to turn me into an ice sculpture here?" you said, since she was the one who handed you this mission. "I expected you to be tougher than this." You managed a weak smile, though your teeth clattered. "It's not exactly easy to stay warm in this weather. I could use some help." Arlecchino's eyes softened further, and she stepped closer, her presence immediately offering a semblance of warmth. She unfastened her cloak with a swift, practiced motion and wrapped it around you. The cloak was surprisingly warm, the fabric imbued with an almost magical heat. "Here," she said, her voice tender, as she adjusted the cloak around your shoulders. "This should help you warm up. I have been waiting for the perfect moment to make my grand entrance." You let out a grateful sigh, feeling the warmth seep into your bones. "I didn't think I'd get to see you out here. I know you said you'd meet, but only under certain circumstances." She brushed a strand of hair away from your face, her eyes softening a bit. "Did you really think I'd let you freeze while I just stayed behind?" "No, I didn't." And soon, the warmth began to take hold. Arlecchino's presence was a balm against the cold, her body heat providing a refuge from the harsh environment. She pulled you closer, her arms encircling you protectively. "I missed you," you admitted softly, your voice barely above a whisper. Her fingers traced gentle patterns on your back as she held you close. "I miss you too. This mission of yours was far too long for my liking. I'll make sure I never give you long ones like that again." You chuckled, and you looked up at her, your eyes meeting her own. "Well, I'm glad you're here now. How did you find me in this weather?" It was hard to say anything. Arlecchino's lips curled into a playful smile. "I have my ways. I'm not just a fourth harbinger for no reason." She gently tilted your chin up and kissed you softly. It was a tender, reassuring kiss, one that carried the warmth of her affection and the promise of her unwavering support. When she pulled back, her eyes sparkled with mischief and warmth. "We should find somewhere to take shelter. It's far too cold for you to be out here for much longer than that." You nodded, feeling a renewed sense of energy with Arlecchino by your side. Together, you made your way to an abandoned cabin nearby that once served as a way station for travelers. The inside was dusty but offered a refuge from the cold, which is all you needed. Arlecchino lit a small fire in the hearth, the flames casting a comforting glow around the room. You sat by the fire, the heat gradually melting away the last of the chill from your bones. Arlecchino settled next to you, her hand resting gently on yours. "It's strange," she said, her voice thoughtful. as she watched the flames dance. No matter how many times I try, when it comes to you, my rules are different. You're an exception, Wyan, and I cannot change that. You squeezed her hand gently, feeling a profound sense of gratitude. I'm lucky to have you by my side. I wouldn't have made it without you, really. Arlecchino's gaze softened, and she leaned in to rest her forehead against your own. And I'm lucky to have you. I am blessed to have someone like you. Someone who can make me feel again. In a way I never thought I'd be able to once more. The fire crackled merrily, casting flickering shadows on the walls, as you took in Arlecchino's words and her sincerity. The both of you sitting there, wrapped up in each other's warmth and affection, the cold outside seeming a distant memory. Here, in this small haven, you found solace, not just from the weather, but in each other's presence. The night wore on with quiet conversation and shared laughter. You both knew that the mission was not over yet. But, for now, you could enjoy this peaceful moment of respite. Away from the danger and the stress. Away from the pressure that your work had put on you. Away from the worries of your life that was filled with nothing but challenges and many things you would rather not think about. For now, it was just the two of you in the small cabin, and all you had to think about was how much you wanted to remain together. In the heart of Snezhnai's unforgiving winter, you had found out that there is a different kind of warmth as well. And not just that, but a deep, unwavering connection that kept the two of you anchored together, no matter what happened. Like your hearts and souls were meant to be. They were simply intertwined, and that way you could be sure that nothing in the world could separate you, not even fate itself.